Okay, it started.
Alright, hey, what's up? This is the Nova Team Podcast, brought to you by nobody at this moment, but I'm Skylar.
The technical is brought to us by Pat for his phone.
Alright, it is brought to you by Pat's phone. Alright, I am Skylar Davis.
I'm David Olbert. I'm the official bartender, Sean Petty.
Of course.
Oh, Patrick Ramirez. And I'm Ash Snowden.
Alright, so before we go on with this, I just want to talk to you guys some just rules. Don't talk loud.
Why?
Because it can hear you.
Of course it can hear
us.
you gotta speak up so everyone hears.
Well, yeah, you gotta speak, but don't go, yeah, and don't.
Hi.
Exactly, don't do that. Don't lean forward, just talk.
Before we get any further into this, I have to ask, so is this Nova Team or Noble Team?
Nova
Team.
Noble's been taken up by, several foreigners that died on Reach.
I'm just making sure, because for a second it sounded like Nova.
No, it's Nova.
Noble.
Since, the whole Reach thing, we started fucking around with teams.
So, I'm 0 and Pat's 9. That's all we've got so far.
Call this on 7.
Then you're 7.
3.
No, Laurel got 3.
Oh. Let's open then.
Okay, well, we got completely off task on the very beginning of this. So why don't you continue with the rules?
I don't even remember what the rest of the rules were, to be honest.
Did you write them down?
I just wrote talk about
you just
rules.
wrote topics.
You just wrote talk about rules, but you didn't list them. God damn it, you're stupid.
Hey, do you have a list?
I don't need a list. I
got
could actually
power.
remember it. You should have checked your list twice.
Okay, so don't talk loud is probably the only thing we need to do with the regular
And
podcast.
just don't talk over somebody about things. Just let.
It's kind of hard for us to do.
Okay,
continue on a story.
Should we raise our hand?
No. We need the talking stick.
Oh.
Did you say not talking with your hand?
The Wimitanya.
Okay, so Mr. Bartender.
So we're gonna kill a whipping
I
crew?
will when we get back on task.
Alright, guys.
Talking stick.
Alright, guys. Alright, we're talking too much over each other, so let's just continue on with this and let's about some topics.
Alright.
Alright, so what do you guys got about all this? What do you guys think about the podcast so far, in a way?
Well, it's 2 minutes into it, and it hasn't.
We're already fucking off task.
The first one me and him made on topic. It was very precise.
Well, that's because we were just talking.
And it was 2 people rather than adding an extra few smart
But that's
of
good.
Course.
That's what we wanted because we were.
That's why you guys are guests.
All it was earlier. But
I want to be a regular. Me and Ashton are guests, and Sean said you want to be a regular.
Earlier, it sounded just like a conversation between me and Skylar.
Yeah.
That's why we wanted more people.
Well, it's a conversation with 2 people.
Yeah, that's why
it's a conversation.
That's why we didn't
want
want
it. What's next on the agenda?
Well, we could talk about random crap that they witnessed.
The moaning?
I witnessed a gigantic cat with goggles run around and slapping police officers in the nuts.
Wait, I do that.
Professor Ginky, this is hilarious.
Oh, so now we're just going to talk about Saints Row?
Well, for now, I guess.
Well, Saints Row is the main topic because these 2 have been playing it.
Well, yeah.
Cat's been running around knocking people out with a giant-ass dildo.
Which one day I will build.
American
Challenge. Build that one day.
You're going to build a giant dildo?
I'm going to go buy the American Challenge, the Great American Challenge over at, Adult Expectations. And it's this giant floppy black dick, and I'm gonna paint it purple and put it. I'm strapped to a baseball bat.
Does it have to be black?
Plastic paint.
Well, yeah, but it's got to be purple.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be awkward.
But that's what I wanted to do.
Unless you want to bet the first person. I pretty much just run through the jack.
You, Skylar.
I'll just hit him back with this, so it doesn't
You
matter.
said you're probably hit him with it.
I'm just gonna run around hitting people, and I'm gonna dress up as Hitler.
All right, so just for the sake
of
all
any
this,
Hitler, a naked Hitler.
All right, for the sake of all this, where does this American Challenge come from? Where does this originate from?
See, that's what I've been wondering, because it's this giant black dildo.
Probably they took a mold of some dude in prison.
No, not
called 4 people Bubba.
Have you seen this thing?
Boy.
It's fucking huge.
No.
All right, Dave, look it
up. Yeah, but I'm not the kind of person that would walk into an Adult Expectation store and look at dildo.
Okay, we walked in. It was in the glass showcase right next to it.
All right, we're gonna be having David look it up, but just let you know. From now on, your history is now just going to be of, random crap.
And, the thing is, your mom or a niece is going to go on there and look, and they're just going to see the big American Challenge up there, and they'll be like, David, what's this for?
My mom probably wouldn't even know what that is.
Until she looks it up.
You'll be like, what is this?
Parents act naive all the time.
Yeah.
Very.
That's why you're here.
And we just have to do about it.
Fucking, what's his name? The Mexican wrestler in Saints Row.
Oh, yeah, Angel?
No, not Angel, the big dude.
Kilbane,
yeah. where he was like talking to this one lady and everything. It's the mission where you have to figure out where he's being transmitted from and all that.
Yeah.
And they got into this argument about how parents are going to frown upon like this whole wrestling camp and everything. And his response is, parents are pussies.
Yeah, I know. I was with that one. Yeah.
Well, when I heard that, I'm just like,
okay, all right.
Hold on.
He just puts in Big American Challenge Origin. The images just show up all dildos.
It's like, oh,
man. If you find one that's like the length of my arm, you got the right one.
Well, I'm looking.
Oh, what's her name? The nerdy
Oh my
girl.
God, the first list is
What's her name? The nerdy girl.
Okay.
When you first see his house.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, when you first go into Kenzie's place, Pierce is like all looking around on the shelves and shit. She's like the phone number service, the dominatrix mask thing, and then he pulls up the freaking Big American bat. He's just like putting it on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And he's like this.
All right, so yeah, the first
hides it
list.
behind his back and it all stiffens up.
The first, since you guys are getting off topic and all about this, the first thing about it when you look it up is the Big American Challenge coaching tip.
It's a coaching
tips.
That's awkward.
It's
a leadership log or something.
The even more awkward thing is that 5 guys are looking up a dildo.
How far you can put it up there?
To do with it. Awkward.
I don't see anything on where.
Who was the one that told him to look that up?
I'm pretty sure it was all.
That was me. I'll admit it.
Nothing to do with
because Skylar wants to know.
Why are you playing video games?
It's Pokemon.
This is a podcast.
I can multitask. Why are you sitting?
Why aren't you?
Why aren't you drinking?
Man, dude.
What's the purpose of all this?
Okay, so what's in everyone's cup? Does there have to be a purpose?
I don't know, Sean. What did you put in my cup?
Jack and Coke.
Okay.
Same.
I've already had a Mike's, a Jaeger bomb. I want Jack and Coke.
Nice.
How many shots are in yours?
Equivalent of like this.
That's not good for measurement. That's not good for measurement.
That's the same shit, man.
All right, so for like a topic on stuff, since we want to get this out there, funny thing that happened, I guess we can talk about.
Are you seriously opening tips right now?
I'm hungry.
We couldn't have done this beforehand.
Wow, what did I tell you guys?
to
Don't
set it up.
interrupt in conversation.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Scott?
He's the one bitching.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on.
All right, so the funniest conversation we could probably talk about, the reason is one, psychic.
Oh God,
Did you
sick.
Wait, like past pictures?
No.
No, I haven't heard.
Okay, perfect then.
Let's hear this.
All right, so basically the last time we went to Ashton's place to go drink and all that stuff, which was
Backfire.
very backfired, quite an adventure, and it just it didn't go right.
No. So many things went wrong.
Yeah, pretty much how it started and all that stuff. Me and Pat pretty much went, hey, let's stay at my place, and everyone's like, okay, we'll go to Ashton's. Like, all right, I guess our votes have been denied. So we go walking up Ashton's, and like midst of going up there, we ask him, are you sure your dad's gonna be okay with this and everything? And like, okay, then he was a little bit denial about it and just like a little undecisive,
A little sketchy
about it. And then pretty much once his dad gets home, he comes in blasted.
No. What happened was we got to Ashton's house. About maybe we started to drink a little bit, but we were also waiting on Laurel.
Yeah.
So about 15, 20 minutes later, we walk all the way over to Laurel's house, and then we stop at my house, and then we start heading back.
Oh yeah, we go through this epic long.
Yeah, and then we finally get there. We realize, all right, you know what? We're all here. Let's just, get shit faced.
You guys want to know
And
how
then
many steps it was?
and then like about 15, 30 minutes later, his dad shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't stop me from drinking.
No, but Ashton was like hiding everything.
That too, and the fact that he portioned up his nuts.
Yeah, that sucks. 2 weeks of recovery.
Wait, so what does this have to do with psychics?
Recovery.
Okay.
Oh well. But anyway,
it's the long story of how we started doing this whole psychic thing.
Yeah, this is okay.
Because when his dad came home, he brought 2 friends.
All right, hold on.
One of which.
Hey, wait.
Claimed.
Before we continue on all that stuff, basically, how many steps we took in during this whole walk was 19,000 steps.
You count on your DS, I presume.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so his dad gets home. He's hiding the drinks, and pretty much Ashton is pretty much gone at this point because he's in the bathroom throwing up over his nuts. And best way to put it, I guess.
Not over his nuts, but
his dad was pretty much just shit faced and everything. We think he had 3 beers. He stepped it up that night. That's a whole nother story.
Go on.
That's a whole nother story, but like they're talking about my artwork and everything. They're just talking and everything. This guy and his wife, guy had a great mustache, curled up and everything.
Cool.
It was awesome.
Amazing.
It was curled up like a Jack Daniels kind of captain thing.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. And
He's pretty cool.
pretty much his wife is some kind of psychic,
quote unquote.
quote unquote, saying she is, and she keeps saying she isn't. But it's pretty much how it starts. They're calling me in and everything, and I get sucked into Ashton's dad's bedroom alone with them.
We thought he was getting laid.
We thought so we didn't bother him.
They thought I was getting raped. Me, at first, I thought they were going to buy my artwork. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get some money. They sit me down, and they start talking about my future.
Wait, so Ashton's dad's friend called you into the
wife.
room. Your wife called you into the room and sat you down talking about your future. Does she even know you?
She doesn't know me. This is the first time I've ever met her. Guess what she talks about?
What?
She talks about me, I guess, committing suicide.
Over a dark woman.
Over a dark woman. Not physically,
like
but...
blacker?
No, not
That's
physically.
what I thought.
I wouldn't mind that, but not the suicide part.
Okay, so like what, like a dark aura woman? Or
Yeah, just like dark
like
motion.
Dark girls.
You know.
Top kids.
Those kids.
Yeah.
Rough.
All right, so
Rah.
what'd you say to this?
Okay.
I smiled and nodded the whole time.
I just smiled and nodded. I'm like,
Yeah, then he asked us, why did you guys come and get me? It's like, well, we really thought he was getting lucky. And so we were just like, cool, Skylar gets lucky, we get to drink and play games, and shit just works out.
and yeah, so I'm in there.
The only person that was not having a good time was Ashton because he fucked up his nuts.
All right, so yeah, anyways, while I was in there and then she starts talking about it, all right, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, this is going to cover. During the midst of it, I need to go pee, so I'm just kind of waiting for this to end. I'm like, gotta go pee. And she starts talking about my future, saying that I'm a great leader. I just don't accept it. I don't like it, but I do it anyways. I'm good I get well with others.
Well, I think anybody could be a really good leader if, like, they tried.
Yeah, and she's pretty much like, is this true? I'm like, I guess. I don't know. You're the psychic here. I never really say that to her, but it's just that
You're like, no, you're fucking wrong.
I'm getting this all. I'm like, okay. I'm like kind of almost freaked out because I'm a little bit tipsy on this point. Just hold on. And this is going on for like, I don't know, how long did this went?
It's on for like, what, 40, 45 minutes?
45 minutes.
Yeah, somewhere on there.
I have to wait there. I'm waiting to go to the bathroom for 45 minutes. And they finally get done with me, and I'm just going, what the hell is going on? And eventually I'm just like, okay, I need to walk out of this. And later on, she starts talking about Ashton's future.
With you, or?
No, just, we're hearing this in the, like, side.
Well, no, because your door was closed, but me and Laurel were, like, in the same room.
So I'm hearing her talk about it, too. And pretty much she's saying the exact same thing she tells me.
In the back of your head?
Well, not committing the suicide part. She was worried about me, I guess, for some reason.
In the back of your head, you're just thinking, what was I thinking? I thought I could be a leader.
So yeah, and everything. And now we're now at this point, like a day later or a couple days later, we're pretty much now saying, okay, she's saying this, she's saying that. All right, she's saying this, and we don't know that. We know that's not true. We know it's not true.
Because she's
psychic. So like we've been now going on. Now Ashton's just now Pat right now, I guess he's just kind of like going, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be psychic.
I decided I wanted to be psychic because if anyone could be psychic, it can be me.
Because you have long hair.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
You're either going to continue to sit there or take a drink out of your beverage.
So at this point,
psychic.
Suddenly
all of his
psychic.
jokes are making sense.
Is that why you made that picture?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like psychic.
Well, that originated from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Because Peter said that he was psychic and all that because Brian taught him the basics of it. And he's like, either I'm going to fly or I'm going to ruin that family's picnic.
And he jumps onto
Gets
it.
the picnic, and he jumps up. They're like, you ruined our picnic. He's like, psychic. So that's where it all originated from. And we've been just carrying it along the whole time.
I don't remember this episode, but let's see what I tell you to do.
All right, you want me to tell you now the story about like why we say that Ashton that had 3 beers?
Okay.
Oh, this is a good one.
All right, so all right, pretty much Ashton's dad's name's Tim. We call him Tim and everything, but like
I don't think so, Tim.
I don't think so, Tim. All right, so pretty much one day I'm just hanging out at Ashton's and everything. His dad gets home. I see him go into the fridge, grab 1 beer, and goes into his bedroom and starts playing guitar. Seems pretty typical. All right. We're playing video games. All of a sudden, I'm wearing my hat and everything. All of a sudden, smack on the top of my hat. And I look up, I'm like, what the hell? It was just him. He was like, all like a little wobbly kind of thing and everything. It's like talking about my gauges, and if I get any bigger, he's going to cut them off. And I'm going, okay, this is kind of awkward. later on, I'm pretty much talking to Ashton, and I'm like, you know what? I swear, I saw him with just one beer.
Like,
and he got
so
that
he just
tipsy?
Did you know if he had anything else, like, in the room, or was it just...
I don't know, because based off of the times I've been over there, he keeps everything in the fridge.
So basically it looked like he got already drunk, like, off one beer.
He was completely normal. He was completely normal. He was like, hey, what's up, guys, and everything. Hey! After that. And I'm like, okay.
You make those things any bigger, I'm going to have to rip them out.
Yeah, exactly, and
The
everything.
whole, like, slurred, slow down.
Yeah, slur, can't say things right.
Cut them off to make it so he didn't have, like,
It's like the whole other
beers.
Yeah, and pretty much I told it to these guys and everything, like, we're all suddenly talking about, like, the party and everything. This is before that one night with the psychic, well, before the night starts, and we're just kind of joking around, like, oh, man, he's going to step it up. He's going to chew. And like, no.
He's at a party.
He's going to party.
It's like, no. He's at a party. 3 beers. Comes home, and then instantly goes for another beer. It's like, okay, he's pushing the limit now.
Pushing it.
Should we be concerned?
All right, sir, I think you've had enough.
Someone's got to put some hot Cheetos on his chest. We got to watch
Oh,
him.
God. When your friend's drunk and you think he's going to die, you don't put Cheetos on his chest and eat them off of it. You know, that just... What the fuck?
That was from, like, podcast 159, last week's podcast.
49.
49, whatever.
It was 150 a couple days ago. So.
It was it was last week and everything, and just that Jack gets, like, totally wasted with Jägermeister.
Of course.
Delicious.
Like a
They don't like it as much.
Well, Jack likes it. Everyone else does.
No, Jack doesn't like it. He thinks it's okay.
Well, he said he'll do bombs and stuff.
Joel's the one that really likes it.
Yeah, which makes Joel
Joel's badass.
Joel went up here. Yeah, he may have had only one episode on Friends, but he's still up here.
You know, if Rooster Teeth collected every bottle cap they had from their drinking escapades, how much do you think they'd have by the end of the year?
They'd be the bank of Fallout.
Okay. I don't know if they drink during the audio ones.
They do.
They do?
Yeah. And that's why they have a bucket. They actually have a bucket right there.
Well,
and,
that's during videos.
Same thing during audio.
Either way, they're still drinking quite a bit.
Did you see the fridge? It was when I looked at a tour. It was just it showed like their kitchen area, and the fridge literally had nothing but like 3 shelves of nothing but beer, and like a top shelf would have like a couple, like a milk and an orange juice or something. That was it.
Yeah.
Well, you need to have something healthy.
They took a picture of one of their podcasts a while back, and they had it up on Twitter. And like all you see is them all sitting around. They have all their mics, and then all you see is just the 2 buckets of just beers. And then they took a picture afterwards, and it's all gone.
Well, sure. I mean, we're just sitting back chilling with the podcast.
And like this is all happening in the morning.
Oh, the one thing I want to try is those what was it? Those fucking cherries that they had.
Yeah, that seemed pretty good.
Just checking the schedule.
Oh, you're checking the schedule? Yeah. So for this podcast, we pretty much made a schedule. Like cranked up in over 1 hour.
So how do we go from Psychic to Rooster Teeth when Achievement / Gears of War was next?
Oh, just like
it's just not
ordered list. It's not like a specific
list.
Bullet
holes, just shit you can talk about.
Something that we can.
Oh, no, never mind. I see where Rooster Teeth is. I see what you did.
Yeah, my handwriting's atrocious, but I still have mine.
Can you even read yours?
It was false worry.
Better than mine.
Okay, so what's supposedly what was next on the list? Wait.
No. There's one all right. I don't know if I'm reading this right or not. An Orlando, Florida mom.
Okay, before we continue, I'll just talk about.
Let him tell the story.
I'll just tell the story about that. Greatest thing I've ever heard from the news for a while. Instead of like Utah kids trying to blow up a school, which is something I probably want to talk about next. That was really funny to listen to.
Yeah, I read about that.
All right, so a Orlando mother is pretty much arrested, like after for child abuse and violence that was set. Basically, she has her child set up a fight with another student at their own apartment complex. Apparently, they're having this little argument and everything at school, so she decided, okay, we're gonna get this arranged at the apartment complex.
Sunday. Watch these students
battle
it out.
Sunday, battle it out. Child against student. You never know what's going to happen. All right, so the cool thing about it, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. One was a 14-year-old and the other one was a 7-year-old. I don't know which one's who. But basically what happens, the reason why she gets in trouble, a crowd comes and watches this. when you schedule a fight,
you advertised it. So.
Hold on, I found it.
You found it?
An Orlando mother captured on video yelling at her daughter during the girls' fist fight with another teen to hit harder and bite her.
Oh, yeah.
Thursday, police said Sandra, blah, whatever, 38, asked the girl to come to her apartment complex so she and her daughter could fight. A police report states the girls, 14 and 17 years old, had gone into a confrontation at Boone High January 18th. They were suspended. Officers said the video of the fist fight at the apartments off of whatever was posted on Facebook and depicted one of the girls hitting the other and trying to bite her in the face. A report states.
Dirty.
So, did they even say what this dispute was over?
Under questioning by the officers, the lady says she was afraid the girls would continue to fight in school, so she wanted it settled.
Is this a black guy?
That doesn't quite answer my question.
Actually, the one mom looks Hispanic.
Yeah,
But that doesn't quite answer my question. Like, what were the two girls fighting over in the first place?
They're probably just fighting. It was high school.
Maybe it was
that's like freshman versus senior.
Yeah, it is.
This can all
boyfriend.
This can all be solved with one simple word. Women.
Okay, we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
It may be sexist, but for the most part, it's pretty true.
Well,
yeah.
Like some woman, probably like someone we know, is gonna be listening to this and be like, "That's not bullshit."
Yeah, pretty much the mom is
like speaking, you guys.
Like I remember reading from it, the mom is speaking Spanish to the her child, something, but like it's translated into "fight her harder."
What is a Spanish woman doing in Florida in the first place?
Okay, she's not Hispanic. She's Cuban.
Yeah, Cuban, dude.
But you just said Spanish.
Hispanic.
Dude,
either way.
If here I'm Mexican, if I go over there, people will assume I'm Cuban. If I go to like New York, people think I'm like Puerto Rican.
That's actually true.
Racism in America.
Weird.
Exactly.
None of it's right.
Yeah,
it's like why Vanessa gets mad because people are like, no, I'm like, what is it, Japanese and stuff, and they say like, oh, you're Chinese, Korean, whatever, just fucking.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, look at these.
Women fighting is horrible. They'll do anything.
Yeah.
They'll claw
I still
the
want
fight.
to be like someone named Senior Eskimo Goldberg, where they don't know what the fuck they are.
There's actually
Could they
like
be Jewish? Spanish?
There's actually a report, a little scientific test,
Alaskan.
and it's proven that women are more likely to get in fights than guys.
I blame hormones and sensitive feelings.
It was funny.
Beer and sports do not contribute to women fist fighting.
No, they contribute to guys not fighting.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as women fighting, it's just the whole hormones.
It's kind of funny because
sensitivity.
along the same lines, I looked at something. Shut up. I looked at Daniel had posted something. He's like, there are more guys in insane asylums than women. We can obviously see who bothers who here.
We can honestly see who drives who crazy.
Yeah.
You're driving me crazy right now.
We're all driving each other crazy.
One step at a time.
I have no sanity to speak of, so I'm good.
You know, when it's 4:30,
that's not really interesting.
We got to text Tom.
Tom called me an asshole over that.
Ask him where the fuck his head at.
He always calls you an asshole, doesn't he?
Tom, it's 4:30 in the morning. Where the fuck is your head at?
Because every time we've had some sort of drinking night.
All right, since just for the sake of this podcast and everything, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. What are you guys talking about?
Well, let me explain this.
Yeah,
okay. So there's a song by Atmosphere that I've been listening to for years. It's called 4:30 AM.
That's my coat.
Yeah. But anyways, it's called 4:30 AM, and in the song it says it's 4:30 AM. Where the fuck is your head at? And so it was 4:30 AM. I was like, oh shit, coincidence. So the first name in the list on Facebook at the time was Tom. So I sent him the message and it sent straight to his phone because he has it installed.
Yeah.
And so I just kept spamming him over and over again with just stupid shit. And the next day he asked me, why the fuck do you always message me when you're drunk? And I was like, don't feel special. You're not the only person.
This is true. I can vouch for this.
And everyone just started fucking with his phone now because it'll be late night, we'll be having a few drinks, and then little Tom's sleeping.
Sleeping. I guess for the sake of it tonight and everything, whoever has phones, let's text.
Well,
everyone in this room except for Ashton has a phone.
You're the one who's been sending it to him.
No, I've been sending it to him too.
Oh.
Every time I drink, it's just like, Tom,
I've sent it twice.
Tom.
Then he'll get it from all of us. Like, what?
It's in the morning. Where the fuck is your head at? And then the next morning, he doesn't even text me. He just goes straight to Pat and calls him an asshole.
Yeah, he does.
Maybe it's because Pat started it.
It's not my fault, though.
So what's this about kids in Utah wanting to blow up the school?
All right, that was fucking stupid. All right, so apparently there was this one other incident from this other school. I don't know if it was a shooting or a bombing, but these two students from
okay, let me stop you there. They want to blow up the school. How would that be a shooting?
No, they're inspired by something. These two kids interviewed the principal at this one other school, and they get inspired from it. I'm guessing it might have been like a bombing or anything like that. And they're going to do an interview, and apparently in their heads they're like, I want to do this now. Now, I'm going to tell you why they're stupid. They text their friends, and they search up stuff how to fly a plane on their computers. Obviously, that's an escape route for them and everything when this happened. And they're texting friends, yeah, we're going to bomb the school. Eventually, that does get reported, and they do get arrested, and they're suspended.
Well, okay, wait. What bomb do they mean? Do they mean actually exploding it? Because when tagging, it's called bombing. So.
They're going to bomb.
Oh, okay.
Then why would you say shooting?
I'm not.
No, they're inspired by.
Where are you not getting this? They're inspired from something happening. Okay, maybe it's a bomb.
Well,
you can't question that.
Something bad happened.
Then again, I was halfway there for this conversation because I've been reading the schedule.
Well,
it's a bulletin.
I looked that one up too. And what's kind of funny is like the police are all like, it wasn't like they were hanging out playing video games. Roy Police Chief said.
Thank God
they put a lot of effort into it. They were arrested, and
I can sit around and play video games and put a lot of effort into trying to bomb something.
If I tell you one day not to go
it wasn't
to school, make damn sure you and your brother are not there. One message, right, according to court records. We ain't going to crash it. We're just going to kill and fly our way to a country that won't send us back to the U.S. While police don't have a motive, one tech noted that they sought revenge on the world.
There's right there.
I blame
Fuck you, world. I'm going to blow up everything.
Well, unless you have a tank, that's not going to work.
Let's just go to a military base and try our best.
I can get a tank.
Hell yeah.
Hold on.
Just do a lot of shit till they bring one in to try and take you down and then just steal that one.
Yeah.
Let me see. The suspects say they were inspired by the deadly 1999 Columbian High School shooting in Little
Whoa!
Like I said.
A shooting?
Yeah, like I said. I was halfway there for this conversation because I was looking at your crudely drawn schedule.
But when the Columbine thing happened and I was in school, like half the freaking school suddenly just was like freaking out, and they're like, he's quiet, he's shy, he's gonna try and kill everybody, and the police got called on me. And it was so much bullshit because the police were like, I'm sorry, but we may have to arrest you because everyone is afraid you're going to kill everyone. And I was just like,
I haven't said a goddamn word.
That's when you say,
how do you think I'm going to blow this shit up?
That's when you say, okay, fuck you, I'm getting my lawyer.
Oh, I feel like the next kid next to me and everything is like looking at me all strange. I'm like, boom!
No, I'm looking like, do you want to be a lawyer, man?
oh, but it was bad because...
Okay, this story kind of ties into something on the schedule.
What?
I forget where in the country this was, but CIA kind of had like a reason to believe that someone on this police force was kind of corrupt and shit. So they had this one instance where one of the secret agents or whatever went into a Best Buy and bought like 6 360s, put them all in the trunk of a car, drove away, and then they set it somewhere and reported the car as stolen. And like through coincidence, the car actually was stolen and everything.
Wow.
So the sheriff actually gets there and everything and notices the 360s in the trunk. Now, normally they were supposed to confiscate these for evidence. They only confiscate all of them but one because the sheriff is like, you know what, put that in my car. I'm going to take it home.
That sheriff...
I'm confused about this. Why would you buy that many 360s?
It makes it noticeable through a huge purchase like that. Like, whenever I was to go into, say, Fry's and buy a shitload of alcohol and they make me sign that thing off.
Well, no, check it out. The people probably, someone might have seen it. When it got stolen, they wrote it off as a tax write-off because it was stolen. He can get paid back, and the sheriff got a free 360.
Yeah, but the thing is they arrested the sheriff for illegally... he was pretty much stealing evidence.
Well, yeah, so that's his own fault.
Was this like the old 360s?
No, it was the Slims.
Oh, the Slims?
Like that were all Connect ready and shit. This was pretty recent. It happened like maybe last week.
Yeah.
It was in like front page Yahoo News.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of confused about the.
No. Funniest thing in gaming right now. Everyone knows Resident Evil Revelations.
Oh God.
They fucked up and instead of putting Revelations, it's Revelations. It's Liton at the end instead of Tion. They fucked it up. A bunch of people are mad about it, and a lot of them, even Scott said that some people are probably going to be dicks and take it back to the store because it's misspelled. As I see it, the game's still fine. I think you should keep it as a collector's item at that point.
Well, because you know that they're going to correct their mistake, and then you should be lucky that you have the misprint.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, they might even purposely do this and stuff because, like, people will want these because it's a misprint. It's like limited kind of thing.
Well, I mean, there are some people that do things like that on purpose. Because I was watching Don't Mess with the Zohan last night, and there was an electronics store called Going Out of Business.
Yeah.
Just because someone sees the sign Going Out of Business, some people will tend to feel bad for that company or whatever, and then they'll go in there and buy shit.
They also think that.
So I mean, it is pretty good for marketing.
Huh. So, guys, I feel like I should mention now we're going out of business now. We might as well just
going out of business.
What are we selling?
We were never in business.
I just thought I'd let you guys know before this gets out.
No. The reason I said this was that my previous story would tie into the next topic is why didn't they buy like 6 PS3s and stash them in the trunk?
Because
what makes the Xbox better?
Because the PS3 sucks.
No, they do have some pretty good exclusives.
Yeah, but for overall experience, no.
Well,
Blu-ray.
Well, no, okay, honestly, that's
Blu-ray
the only reason I would consider getting a PS3.
Okay, why not buy a fucking Blu-ray player and have a 360?
Because then that costs way too much. With the PS3, you get both in one.
Yeah, but
the only backfire is you don't have some of the exclusives.
Yeah.
You don't have Halo, for one. I mean, Halo is just pretty
Well,
fucking
if
big
it wasn't
as it is.
for Halo, to be honest, the 360 would never be what it is.
Halo and Fable.
Well, most movies are
Fable was
still
not.
doing
Fable was
No, seriously, Microsoft still considers Fable for carrying a lot of their shit. Sure, Halo carried pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Halo really made the Xbox lift off and everything, but that's why they have so many things coming out for Fable and the Lionhead Studios.
It's good.
Well, no, Lionhead Studios already has plans for 4, 5, and 6 as well.
Well, no, they also
just
made
haven't really
Fable Journey.
I just hope they don't go over.
Wait, what?
Fable Journey. That's the next one.
That's supposed to be the 4th one.
Yeah, that's the next one coming out, and it's got great buzz going on right now.
I just hope they don't overkill it because sometimes if they make too much of a game, like they'll just kill it.
Actually, another thing that
that's how it's been with Final Fantasy.
Xbox
Well, isn't that
yes. I thought 10 was good, but they like really.
Well, no, because like 13,
don't
get me wrong, it was pretty good and all that, but it was kind of long and at like some points it was pretty frustrating.
Well, as far as I know, like 10 was good, 11 the online thing just was.
No, that was 12.
Or well,
the
online was 11.
All right.
And that one just completely sucked. Anybody you talk to usually just says it sucked. 12, I don't think was any good. They were trying to.
12 was a whole new experience.
They were trying a whole new thing with like the.
They should do more
you could fight out of world kind of thing. You don't like go. You don't walk a few feet and then get into a fight. You fought things entire. Yeah. And then
it was a gauge kind of like
13. Yeah. 13 tried another fighting system where it was similar to that, but if you hit a monster, like then you go into a fight. And the way they had it wasn't turn-based. It was 2 characters automatically did something, and then your 3rd character was you chose what to do, but you could only do it like so many times or something. It was kind of bad, but the story overall wasn't too bad, I suppose. Like it still had that Final Fantasy feel besides the fighting system.
All right.
I still feel Final Fantasy is getting out of control. When will it end?
No, I mean if they can still produce really good stories and everything, by all means. They really need to think about it.
They don't lack in stories. I think story based is like what Final Fantasy lives off of. But
because there are 3 types of gamers. There's the ones that care for the graphics, there's the one that cares for the gameplay, and then there's the ones that care for the story.
Yeah, so which is why
Final Fantasy, they have a really damn good gameplay going for them. I mean, they've changed it over the years, but it still works pretty well.
It's solid.
If they have an excellent story to back it up, it would easily sell more copies.
If I had to choose, I personally want to go with like the Final Fantasy 7 one, because Final Fantasy 10 that was also a turn-based one, but you could tell like what your order was going to be by a bar on the side.
Yeah.
7 had it where everything was timed. You saw a little time bar go up. If it kept haste, it would go faster and all that. And I like that because.
And then it was Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah.
And again,
great.
Remember, Final Fantasy X was created to be next gen for graphics.
It was created for that.
It was supposed
PS2.
to be. It was supposed to be innovative.
Yes, it was supposed to be like Final Fantasy 12 in a way, but they couldn't. But they said they couldn't get it to work, or they just didn't have the time. So they left it with the same turn-based, walk a few feet, made something.
Okay, back to topic.
Oh, before we go any further on with that, I kind of want to know now, what are you guys into, the story, graphics, or gameplay?
Well, I like a mixture.
Yeah,
well,
same here.
Okay,
not necessarily like graphics, because you can have a game that looks like shit, but as long as the gameplay is great and the story is solid.
People still make 8-bits.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, as long as the gameplay is great and the story is solid.
Scott Pilgrim's a pretty good one of that.
Yeah, I mean, for one of those side-scroll throwback beat 'em up type of games, yeah.
Where we all beat 'em with a brick.
The thing is though about that is for 8-bits and a lot of those, that's a lot of our generation, and that was
like way back when,
that. So when we see another game kind of like that, it kind of
it's because of the retro feeling.
Yeah, it's nostalgia.
But okay, let's say you only had to choose one between story, graphics, and gameplay. What would you choose?
Gameplay.
If it's a solid game.
I mean, if it's a solid story, I'm gonna be too frustrated to complete the damn story if the gameplay is shit.
That makes a very good point. Yes.
If gameplay is solid, then you can keep it going. You may not like the story too much, but if it's a fun thing to play, then it's perfectly fine.
Then
I mean, come on,
okay.
If you had basic arcade games, there's no real storyline, but
you still play them.
Good gameplay.
Well, with fighting games, even so, it's still all gameplay.
Yeah.
There's like no. I mean, there is somewhat of a story to it, but you don't really pay attention to it while you're punching someone in the face.
Well, I think Marvel vs. Capcom was like they all meet up, and there was a little bit of a story behind it, but...
Well, no, it depends on the game, because with the most recent, Galactus is pretty much going to be like, hey, I'm here, I'm going to eat your worlds, and you're usually building up a team that takes out other teams to prove that you're the best suited team to take out Galactus and save both worlds.
Well, yeah, that's the story, even though it's not really too much of a story. It's just the reason why they're fighting.
It's the guideline.
Which means that it all falls back basically on gameplay, and what makes it such a good game is because of that.
It's just that with fighting games, they need to rely more on balance, because in Marvel vs. Capcom is a great example. You have those characters that excel very well, like, Akuma, Wolverine, shit like that. Then you have those ones that are just horrible, like Phoenix, who can be like one-hitter quitter and just be like, oh, wait, you just get hit with one move and you're dead.
Yeah, there's a flaw with that.
There's a balance issue.
Well, yeah, there's a balance issue.
So far from what I've seen, the best balanced character is probably like Dante and...
No, Dante's a little slow.
Yeah, that's
Really?
All right, so yeah. The only thing about that...
I mean, he could be quick if you can lock someone down, but for the most part, he's a little slow.
He's got a lot of specials, though. Like, he can do, like, a lot of things.
All right.
Yeah. Akuma's got the most. He's got, like, 5.
Yeah. You guys gotta obey the rules.
Okay.
I was kind of getting, like, 5 words in there, and I was getting cut off.
We're sorry, Kyra. What would you like to say?
I want to say what I wanted to say to give a point about everything.
Continue.
I will, but I want to also enforce the rule about this that you guys are breaking.
Okay. Just go.
I know you're getting annoyed about it, but I'm going to be an asshole about this and talk about
Sean,
it.
stop.
You interrupted me, so you can't do that. All right. The thing about Marvel vs. Capcom is that it's definitely not balanced. It needs work on. Because basically there's one-hitter kills.
Well, no, the engine is great. It's just they need
obviously
to
people did not do studies on the fact of what their characters do.
That's balancing the game itself.
Yeah. But the best thing, like fighting game and all that stuff is probably the one that actually consider that was probably the new Mortal Kombat. That was very balanced. They fixed a lot of good things where you can't overdo things. Because I try my best to try to do instant kills and everything, but they always prevent you doing it because they always thought ahead of things. Marvel vs. Capcom, I didn't see that as much.
Okay, let me try and stop you right there. Okay, with balance, it's more of a issue. Like, you don't want every character to be the same, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know that, but.
Well, no, if they're weak in one thing, they need to have something that they're especially good at to compensate.
Well, that's the thing. This is what I mean. Like say if Sean's going to use Wolverine on you. With his new thing about Wolverine, he can just kill you and you can't do anything.
Yeah, it's the lockdown move where you just keep juggling back and forth.
Mortal Kombat, Scorpion has a move where he can, like, teleport and kick you, and you can keep on doing that, but they stop you from doing that.
So it's a set amount.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, like, I've seen this, like, thing where people try to balance it, like, being a World of Warcraft person I am, I've seen, like, where Blizzard will try and balance a class because people get pissed, like, oh, this one's too strong and we can't do this. I'm like, but the thing is, you may be weak against that class, but you're stronger against this class, and your point is, like, in a battleground where you're going up against other people is to, like, merge to try and take them out.
Yeah, that's how, like,
people, like, you're supposed to, like, people are supposed to watch your weaknesses while you use your strengths.
That's how, like, most, like, RPGs these days
Yeah, that's kind of like how they did it in RuneScape.
They're completely screwing it up because they're, like, they're making, like, every class, like, basically the same. And that's one of the reasons why I'm getting so freaking bored of it.
Whereas what they did in RuneScape, it's pretty limited, but, I mean, as far as free RPGs go, it's still pretty good. what they have it going is you could be like the fighter class type of thing where you use a sword and you're like a knight and all that shit, or you're an archer, or you're a mage. And they have the whole triangular system that they worked on off of Pokemon, where as long as there's if one thing's powerful, it can destroy one thing, but that one thing that it can destroy another, but whatever this thing's destroying can destroy the knight. So basically, wizards can kill knights, knights can kill archers, archers can kill wizards, and it has that triangle effect.
Let's do that, rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, basically.
Which is what makes... Which I think
there's balance in it, and when you're in Castle Wars, you kind of have to band together on that. You can't have like a team of wizards going up against a team of knights and expect the knights to win.
Exactly. Your whole thing is to like make people like work together to back each other up. But but wizards are completely missing that fact, because you have so many people just crying over the fact that, oh no, I can't beat this guy because he's like this class and I'm this one, and
because that person's a fuck. Well, you chose your class.
Exactly, and your thing is like. It's not like definite that you can't win against this person. It's all about how you use it.
No,
so people are just it's mainly like
they're crybabies.
Exactly. The people who are playing it now and stuff who just started within like since Cataclysm and Wrath of the Lich King and stuff.
Everybody expects to be able to be omnipotent. They want to be able to take care of everything all by themselves. You can't
nowadays you talk to people who played like Vanilla and Burning Crusade, and you will hear that they could handle themselves no matter what, and it's because of how they played and who they had with them to back them up. Now it's, they want to jump in there, they want to be the main guy no matter what class they are and be able to just beat anyone down, which you shouldn't be allowed in an MMO.
Yeah, I think about the new Star Wars The Old Republic, in that, I still want to play it too. Basically, what I've heard, there's like over maybe 50 different kind of classes, varieties that you can do.
Damn.
Yeah. But they're all based off of like I think it was either 4 or 5, but they're just like they could spread out like branches.
You're saying I've seen that. What it is there's only like for like the Republic and the Sith, each one has about 5 different classes, but you could split off like if you're a Sith, you can branch off into like a tanking type class or a DPS type class.
Yeah, like an assassin.
And what's cool about this is also you go through and it has like a single player story aspect where you go through and you do your story, but you can also like have other people join you, or so you have the ability to do it by yourself or with others, and do all that. And as well as you can also be good and evil. You can be a Sith and be like a total good guy, and be a Jedi and just be a total badass.
That's confusing.
God, man, that just reminds me of like
moron status and ways
before.
Exactly, and I've seen this, and people think, like the single player, because it actually has a story, it can only be so long, and it's going to be. And I'm going to go through it so fast. Every story will take you so long to get through. So going through like every class and doing every story with every race kind of thing, it will just take you forever to do. It would take you like months to do it.
So it's like Mass Effect.
Probably. I don't know.
No, because there are those people that can just tank through Mass Effect in like a few days.
Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah, it's really that easy. What kind of reminds me when you're talking about, like, with other people coming into games and everything, the game I'm playing right now, Dark Souls, it is an asshole when it comes to, like, multiplayer kind of stuff. It kind of works, how the multiplayer works is alternate universes, where people are playing pretty much the same thing as you and, like, doing the same thing you're doing, but they come into your world as a phantom and kill you whenever they want to.
That sounds retarded.
Yeah, it pisses me off.
It's like, I'm just going to jump in.
It's like, words like, this guy's name, whatever, has invaded your world. There's items you can have that will banish them, or make them stop and all that stuff, or kill them off, but it's either that you even have those things, or you have to kill them. I ran into so many people that are just way better than me, like, there's these guys that have, like, dragon heads, big swords, big shields.
With something like that, they should put a limit, like, if you're so, like, high or you have these items, like, have, like, an item score level where it's, like, if, like, the better the item, the higher the score. And because of that, like, if they can't go into people whose item score is lower or level is lower than theirs.
Well, the thing is, it's all random. But it's also, you have the opportunity, you can invade someone else's world. But there is a certain, like, way you have to do it, though, before to do it.
Well, but, see, even with that, just because you can go in someone's world and all that, I think it's fucked up. Like what he was saying, I think you should have a kind of like, a certain level. Like say you're like a 35. Anyone that's like from 30 to 40 or so, they can go in there and fuck with you. But anything that's like say like an 85 or how you said like the cap is like 400, anyone like super high or can just walk into a world, dick slap you, and then walk away.
They did that in RuneScape too with the Wilderness. They
Yeah.
they put like a range thing in there, so that way, if you're like at level 1, basically people 1 level lower, higher, or even to you, they can attack you. But if you're on level 10, people 10 levels higher than you or people 10 levels lower than you can fight.
Yeah.
Basically, but the Wilderness, the level changes depending on how far out you go. So you're pretty much choosing your own difficulty by
Going
debating
farther
on,
out.
yeah, by going farther out. You pretty much just like, you know what, I want to be a badass, go as
you.
far out as you want.
It may
If
be
you just want to have fun, stay in the shallow area.
It may be like a very bad thing to think about too, but I still kind of like it because like I still had this fun experience where these like 2 kids just came along in my world on so trying to ruin my day. I still killed them with 1 hit, both of them at the same time.
Wow.
When you're level 53 and then they're like level like 10s and everything,
Oh.
like it can't really be helped.
Yeah.
We are having awkward silence.
Sorry.
What kind of drink would we be having?
Okay, officially we're trying to figure out what I want to drink.
Yeah, kinda.
I would like Coke mixed with Jaeger.
Give me my drink. Well, my cup.
Yeah.
I'll do
Yeah.
Coke and rum.
Yeah, can you give me some Coke?
Coke and rum?
Coke and rum.
Okay.
Yeah, I can mix
This
my
is the,
Coke with my
the
rum.
Drunk Nova
Yeah,
Yeah,
podcast.
take that in.
No, we could be far more drunk.
Oh, can't we the chips?
Well,
Oh,
because we.
there, damn it.
Well, because compared
Look
to.
where I'm at.
Hey. Chip discussion is not on the list.
Someone give me like a pencil. We're gonna have to discussion on these chips.
As long as I'm not putting it near my phone so it's not the whole time.
It won't be.
We should
No,
at least put the bowl up here.
All right, so what exclusives does the PS3 have that you kind of wish were on the Xbox?
Oh,
On the Xbox?
Well, right off the bat, I would like God of War to be on there.
okay, that and what was
Rechargeable controllers.
They're on both systems.
Yeah.
Barely.
No, not barely. They're there.
Barely.
You have to get them though.
what's it called?
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
They come with
That no, it's that fucking open world. It's Drake or something like that.
Drake.
No, it's I can't remember. Uncharted.
Yeah, Uncharted's a great one
Wait,
too.
was that the one with electricity? Like the dude's got like electrical.
No,
power?
that's
Infamous.
I was going with that because that looks
That's
really
true,
cool.
that's
As far as user contributed content and the customization of the game, Little Big Planet.
Little bit. I've been playing that since it came out.
For the PSP, I've been playing that.
Wasn't that for the Wii as well?
No,
No.
it's exclusive.
Only.
Oh.
And
Yeah, I mean, it's
fucking
exclusive.
awesome.
Little Big Planet is very, very fun. You can open world it. You can the community on it does some really nice levels. Because there was someone that did a really decent Mario level.
Yeah.
Played through it. The question mark blocks actually worked. All this kind of stuff. It was really nice. So I mean, if 360 were able to get a hold of the rights and do like some sort of a partnership type of thing and get Little Big Planet, that would help them out a lot.
Like it.
See,
Yeah, or at
think
least
that
do a game
will
that's like
divide
essentially a
people, form
spin-off
people.
of it.
Yeah, it's gonna gain a lot of hate though.
it would, but
It would gain hate, but then again, at the same time, people are like, hey, cool, this is like Little Big Planet, let's play it. Because, case in point, indie games, Fortress Craft, Total Miner, Castle Miner, those came out as indie games. People bought the fuck out of those just because Minecraft is so big, and people are just like, hey, this is like Minecraft, let's play it. But now Minecraft is coming to Xbox Live and all that, so that's going to kind of shut down those indie games.
which I purchased.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks you can't get a refund, but I mean, hell,
Well,
it was fun in the
I
meantime.
don't want a refund because I enjoyed the time.
Yeah, it was
I
fun
paid
in the
for the time
meantime.
to play.
You can do a lot with Minecraft. I've seen.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I'm a big Minecraft.
The way that
player.
I saw it though, as far as Xbox Live goes, is Fortress Craft, they gave you everything from the start. That was more of an artistic type of thing, build up.
I didn't like that.
Like
I
build a replicated castle village, that kind of shit.
I like
But then there was Total
I
Miner.
love Total
You actually had to work for your shit, go
Yeah.
down, mine certain materials.
Kill shit.
Kill-
boss
yeah.
fighter.
Remember how far
Yeah,
we went
no.
into the freaking down? Like,
yeah,
we went
like
so
over
far down.
2,000 depth. But the only enemy they had at the time was spiders. And then every now and again, it would spawn a spider that you just could not kill. So it was it was a god spider. And then I had to encase him in like this fortress of clay that he couldn't jump out of. And then I figured out how to kill him. Go all the way down to the center of the earth or halfway there, get a bucket full of lava, come back up, put a hole in the top of the thing, dump the lava in there, and just keep slashing at that spider as it keeps trying to jump up. It'll disappear and then it'll be gone.
More
You
door.
got it from me.
Here is your
Yeah,
phone code.
on the topic of Minecraft, they recently finished their beta, so they're in.
Yeah, that's why they're making the arcade games.
Yeah,
It's set for
full release.
yeah, it's set for spring of this year.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear. But
I plan on getting it.
yeah, I suggest getting Minecraft because it's just expansive. You can do whatever you want. There's all kinds of
Almost.
stuff.
There is no game out there that lets you do exactly whatever you want. But
no, well, it's like any other game. You have to find out clever ways to do.
No, even with dating sims, you can't please everybody.
You can try.
There's always gonna be someone out there that has something to bitch about with video games.
See, if we wanted to go into that topic with dating sims, we didn't like fuck here, okay?
Since he actually writes them and makes them.
Yeah, and
I make platforms.
Has anyone played any of them?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd it turn out?
Why? What are his kind about?
His ending. You should ask him about his ending.
Well, I would, but he's not here, so what are the endings about?
No.
Well,
Okay.
He's like horrible.
Hey,
Just
Joel, come on.
I'm not telling stories here. No.
You have to. You brought it up.
All right, so
They're just fucking wrong.
Okay, let's find out how wrong these are.
Text him right now.
No, I want to know through you.
no. It's better to hear it from the word of the person that made it. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Back to topic, because we're discussing all that shit that was exclusive to PS3 that should be on 360. What's exclusive to the 360 that we're proud to have?
Halo.
Halo and Gears.
Those are two of the biggest names out there
Yeah.
for the 360.
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty's everywhere.
I'd have to say
It's
Fable
even on
as
the
well.
Wii.
Yeah.
I'd have to say
Well, I
Fable.
guess if you guys.
Yeah, Fable's another great questing
Yeah.
one.
What's the
I
other one?
didn't like-
Unreal Tournament.
Well,
that was fun.
Well,
Back on the original 360, Unreal Tournament was the shit.
well, pretty much anything
it was
that
no
Epic has made is on the 360.
Yeah.
Is Marvel vs.
No,
Capcom for the PS?
No.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. It's going to be on the PSP Vita.
Yeah.
Really?
Which
Dude,
I'm
okay,
looking forward to.
Yeah, in GameStop, whenever you walk in there,
Well,
they're
can you-
advertising the Vita, and the game that's showing with it is Marvel
Can you
vs.
play?
Capcom
No, the
3.
question is, can you play your old PSP games with the Vita? Because they tried doing the PSP
Look it
Go,
No,
where you
okay,
could do that.
The problem
Look it
with the problem with the Go was it was all internal. There was no disc,
Yeah.
and you had an internal memory.
That's why
Oh.
GameStop had those cards that you could buy that had a code so you could redeem it
That
on
was
the PSP.
retarded.
They
Because
felt that.
if you had games before, then
They were-
you couldn't
they were
use them.
worthless.
Yeah.
Here's a good one.
People like me and Sean, they could find ISOs and all that, and we could
Here's a good
we
one.
could rip the games from the disc.
Yes, anyway, here's a good one.
Okay.
A couple days ago, Game FAQs had a poll going, and the question was, would you purchase a console that did not permit the use of used games?
No.
That'd be retarded.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No.
A lot of people buy used games because they're cheaper.
Exactly.
And-
If they started making consoles like that, first off, it would definitely kill GameStop.
But how would you?
Because most of their purchases come from used
Well,
games.
no. The problem with that is how would you sit there and make a console where it reads a used game from a new game?
Yeah, that's another thing.
That'd be one.
Unless
it
they
would
serial number each game.
And if they do
They
that,
would have
too
to
much.
do verification from the disc, and then it.
They would have to
registers
ser-
that
Too much
console.
hassle because you would have
Yeah,
to input it.
they would have
each
to
time.
serial number each game for one. For second, they would have to have some kind of verification thing for offline systems.
Yeah.
Third
Which
of
is
all, it
stupid.
would just use up so much memory because it
Well,
would have.
No, not necessarily
No,
memory.
No, memory's not the
Memory,
problem.
no.
But the problem is you have to sit there and input it every time you put in a used game. And if you can't play used games on it, every game you own beforehand, if it doesn't have a serial number on it, because they're just putting new ones out, all those games are useless. That means hundreds of dollars you spent for nothing that you'll never be able to play. So that's just fucking stupid.
That would probably make a lot.
I mean, sure, it would prevent the whole piracy thing going, but then again, if they can hack a system to read ISOs, they can hack one to get around that whole lock.
That's yeah.
So, I
You know,
mean,
but
it's
not
a
every-
futile effort.
but not
Hackers are
everyone
pretty
can-
ingenious
But not
these
every
days.
kid that goes out and buys his own system or anything like that can afford that, or knows how to hack it out.
Then again, it also comes with the whole used console thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what about then? So.
Because then you're going to have previous data of other games played, and then you just let's just say,
Well, no, they wipe.
well,
all
no, they not necessarily. You can clear a system cache, but it's probably going to keep, like even with your gamer tag, it keeps a memory of games played.
Well,
and all that.
no. When you turn into a GameStop or any of their official brothers and sister companies, they sit there and clear it completely.
Restore to factory settings.
Yes, completely.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. We talked about.
Yeah,
If they restore it to factory settings, you could walk into a GameStop and get one of the older 360s, not a Slim, but one of the older ones, and it would have the old firmware, the whole
They
like
update
slider
it.
thing.
No, they update it. But the thing is, when we turned in his PS3 for the 360, the guy talked about that they will sit there and completely wipe it. Like it is completely wiped.
They flash it.
Completely.
Yeah,
Your factory.
yeah. You can do the same thing on the Wii. Just go through the settings and hit format system memory.
Yeah. Well, no, but I'm just saying, with old ones, you wouldn't get the same game data because they delete everything on it and make it fresh.
Either way, though, I mean that would still severely make the gaming industry
That's why you
get
get
a
that-
big hit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people prefer to buy used games for multiple reasons. One, they're cheaper. Two, they can actually try out the game.
Yeah.
Because then if they end up getting it and they're just like, oh, I don't like it, they can take it back, and get their cash back, and get a different game.
Yeah,
and be happy about it.
Well, Redbox
is easy to steal games from. Adrian made this apparent.
Yeah.
That's how I'm playing Skyrim right now. Because he ended up taking it, and now I'm playing it.
As far as I can tell, the PSP Vita cannot use like the old PSP games. However, it's hugely nice because of what it can do. It can it'll have apparently the PS Store though will be similar to like what it was before, where you can wirelessly download games and whatnot, and it can support games from like the PS2 and PS3 or something like that.
I have a question. Does it sound that you'll have? Can you use your old Pro Stick Duos? Your old memory cards?
It should allow it, yes, because see, if you look at here, I'm looking at Wikipedia.
Oh, let me see it.
And it looks like it's either going to have an adapter or it's going to be able to fit in there.
Okay. That's not really that fun, because with the 3DS, you're able to still play, DS games.
Okay, on 3DS, can you play original Pokemon?
No, you can't play the original, those big stick thingies right there.
Those big cartridge players?
Yeah, you can't play
the original...
No, you can't use your old ones. Let me see. Because, alright...
Damn,
I just looking at
it's a proprietary flash memory card called a PlayStation Vita card, and they're ranging sizes from 4 gigs to 32 gigs. But you could run around on a PSP with 128 megabytes.
Me too.
And if you look at it, it's a completely different type of
But they won't have an adapter for it.
Someone should pass Mr. Jerky.
Thank you for that contribution.
Wait,
oh, yeah.
Okay, so everything I had on my old card and all that is pretty much useless at this point, if I buy this.
Well, that's all the things seem to be
Well, no, if you buy it, you still have your old PSP. That's the
but
wonder
if I buy a Vita, that's going to be my main thing.
That's another thing that goes back to the whole, used console, used game shit.
Yeah.
Most people tend to trade up their older consoles for newer ones when the sequel console hits the shelves. Because, hell, 3DS came out. GameStop had this huge deal going where if you trade in a DSi or a DSi XL, you get a shit ton of money off this new console.
The thing is, though, with, when you trade it up, you still want to play, your old games. When PS3 came out, people were like, can I still play my PS2 games on there? Can I still play my PS1 games on there? And
PS1 games, no, but then they just re-released them on the marketplace for that anyway, which I think is bullshit, because if you already bought the game prior, you should be able to get it again for free.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which was what ticked me off. So.
They should be able to do, a verification.
It's because the gaming industry is getting too money hungry. I mean, hell, several games online right now are starting to charge for an online pass just so you can play online.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
They're getting too money hungry.
Yeah, a lot of them do that. They're also doing that with games when it comes to, GameStop, trading this game so that you can get a discount off of this game. Well, they did that with Modern Warfare 3. Turn in your Black Ops, and you'll get money reduced from your Modern Warfare 3. I saw a lot of people do that, and I thought, since there are two different kind of companies, that's kind of like a little bit of a slap.
My thing was, because, let me just go before quick. Black Ops was, when you look at Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, of course, Call of Duty in general has a lot of, similarities, but Black Ops, I have to appreciate a little more because they had more customization. You could make your own emblem, you could do all this, you could put it...
They were also made by two different companies.
Yeah, that's the thing, but I'm saying, you would have thought that Modern Warfare would have, put some of that into its own thing.
I really wish Modern Warfare had learned from Black Ops on one key factor. Offline bots.
Yeah, the bots.
Yeah, everybody loves the bots. Modern Warfare 3 comes out, everyone's like,
no, alright, you hate bots and all that, but the thing is, if you don't have an internet connection, you will learn to love bots. That is where the N64 thrived with Perfect Dark.
Oh, here's the thing with me.
no kidding.
When I have no online or anything like that, and I have to play by myself, I'm not even going to play it. That's how I am. I don't really play games.
Yeah, but the thing is, I grew up in a time before internet-connected play.
Yeah.
And when Perfect Dark came out for the N64, and they actually had the multiplayer feature to add bots, which GoldenEye did not have, I was ecstatic about that because I was able to just free play shoot people.
Yeah, because know, all the games I usually get are basically RPGs and one-player kind of games.
Yeah, but it was kind of funny.
I'm not much of a fan for online.
What's kind of funny is you use that to your advantage, throwing a proximity mine onto one of your bots and sending it.
No. That was a remote mine because it was Perfect Dark. If you had people on your team, you could be like the director for it. So I had one of them follow me. He would just stand there in front of me. I would throw a remote mine on them and then stick them after another person and then blow that person up. And this was before I even knew about the whole terrorist thing where they would strap bombs to their people.
Sean was the original creator of a terrorist.
No, it's just that I thought about it, and I guess great minds think alike.
Sean,
that's one way to put it.
You innovated.
Yeah, I innovated. I knew how to use people. But back to like video game industry being like too money hungry again is exclusive downloadable content just for reserving a game early or making several different editions of a game, and each one has different downloadable content.
Which is cool.
Another perfect one is for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They had different downloadable costumes, but you would only get certain ones depending on where you reserved it at, and if you wanted to get all 4 of them, you would have to reserve it at all 4 places, which is retarded. They did the same thing with Gears of War 3. With Gears of War 3, they had like Mechanic Baird, Commando Dom, was it Savage Cantus?
Yes.
Yes.
Savage Cantus, and another one of the Savage Locust. But depending on where you reserved it at,
Savage Drone.
maybe. But depending on where you reserved it at, that depended on what you got. Which is kind of retarded, because then it drives up the prices for that downloadable content, and then people will be assholes on eBay and be like, yeah, I have this, but I'm going to have to sell it to you for a high price.
Yeah.
It's really annoying to see stuff like that because
I mean, it's already on the disc. Why should you have to pay for extra stuff that's already on the disc?
But then you get
that's stupid.
But then you get the people that use, Horizon and stuff like that to just unlock it themselves.
Yeah, and then they get banned from Xbox Live for accessing shit that's already on the disc.
But it's on the disc. You paid for it.
Exactly.
I understand
you paid for it. You should be able to use it.
I understand that they have the limitation of, you can't touch this. I think they should have the whole thing where you can unlock it. Yeah, some people may say you should pay extra. 4 or 5 characters, extra skins, extra shit like that. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, all you're doing is
400 points, and you're fine.
Exactly. All you're doing is accessing content that makes you look different. You're not giving yourself achievements. You're not editing your stats. You're not aimbotting. You're not hacking online play, any of that stuff. You're just looking different. But then Microsoft gets all ass-hurt about it and says, no, you're stealing from the marketplace, even though it's already on the disc and you paid for it.
So the problem is I see with is because if it's on the disc already, you bought the disc.
Exactly.
That's a lot of it. $60 you spent right there.
Yeah.
Now, I think if you got it at a certain place, you don't want to get certain people. I think they should have it on the marketplace where you can purchase, but it's going to be about $240 to $400.
Exactly. You should still be able to get it.
Then that means say, okay, I live this part of the U.S., so I can't get this Baird or whatever. So you sit there like, okay.
Well, no, because I think Mechanic Baird was Best Buy, and that's
either way, you make a point.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to buy it, but you have to buy it off the marketplace. So you can get the free one from where you got it, and then you can sit there and still buy it. Like I still wanted, you can still buy Legendary Flames like that, but the people on eBay want to charge you out the ass.
Like $40, $50 for Legendary Flames.
Yeah,
which is just one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like people will just sit there, and there's the people who will buy it, and I don't even understand that. Is who will spend so much money for simply something that is already on the disc.
They want to look pretty.
They want to stand out. They want to be themselves. They want to be that individual.
Or it can be something that can help them out, like for Fallout, New Vegas and everything with the canteen.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was something helpful. But if it's for something that just makes you look different and does not affect gameplay at all, they shouldn't charge you extra for
it.
it.
We could bring Dead Rising into this because you could buy outfits that would change your stats and help you.
Yeah, see? That's because you purchased them, it changed an element of the game. Like with Off the Record, if you get the Chef Pack, put a frying pan on the stove, you get a shitload of food. That changes the gameplay.
It has nothing to do with like the stats of the character, but just affects how you look. I don't mind that. I will pay extra to look different.
Well, no, but what we're saying is that they should
ask for it.
No, what we're saying is that recently they've been doing this thing where it's like GameStop, Best Buy, Amazon, and
even Walmart was doing something.
Yeah, it was either Walmart or something, and you would get a certain thing depending on where you reserved it at. So unless you reserved it at all 4 places, you could not get all 4 things. And the even worse thing about it is all of these are on the disc. You don't even need to have the downloadable content. It's on the disc. So if you paid for the game, you should be able to use everything that's on the disc.
You paid for
how to get
it? We figured out how to get it and everything. It's just we're not going to pay extra for something we already paid for once.
And the thing is, and if you do take it off the disc with a program or such, you get in trouble from Microsoft. They will ban you from Xbox Live
for marketplace stuff, even though you didn't steal anything. You rightfully paid for it in the first place.
You can't buy it on the marketplace anyway.
Exactly.
Our argument here is the fact that you shouldn't have to pay for anything that we've already bought because we bought the disc or whatever for $60. Everything on the disc should be ours. We shouldn't have to pay for anything that's already on there.
I mean, it's understandable in both Gears 3 and in Reach's case where Bungie and Epic had the stuff that was exclusive to them that kind of like that separated them from everyone else, so you knew when you were playing with the creators.
Yeah.
Like when Bungie had the whole Blue Flames and Haunted Helmet from the start, it let you know, hey, you're playing with the creator. It was, I mean, everyone was just like, hey, it's like, you know what, hey, this is pretty cool.
Hey, let's go
And with Epic Games, they have the clear guns. It's like, hey, you know what, they have something different. We know they're the creators. This is legit. It's cool. But, I mean, everything else, like with Reach, there was the multi-threat armor, which was exclusive to GameStop, but no one else, like, had any exclusive things to them, so, I mean, it was all okay. But there was the Recon helmet, the multi-threat, Legendary Flames, the Elite Officer armor. That's all on the disc, and you should not have had to have paid extra for it.
Because you can unlock it other ways.
No, you can't unlock it other ways. You can't just Horizon it there. You need to actually have the downloadable content there.
Well,
it's just bullshit that they have to charge extra for something that's already on the disc.
Because you paid for it. You pay a lot of money and you wait and you get your game. You supported them in that. It's on the disc already. I think it's fucked that they get mad.
Well, no, I understand why they charged you extra to an extent, because with limited edition, you got Halsey's Journal and all that nice stuff.
No, that's physical stuff outside.
Yeah, that's the physical stuff. But I mean, with Gears, that was a different story because they had those exclusives everywhere else, which are already on the disc. And then when you start playing the game, you notice, hey, there's all these weapon skins, but you have to pay extra for them, even though they're on the disc.
I don't think that the game industry has realized that.
No, the game industry has realized a lot of us are suckers and they can get away with it.
Basically, and the fact that is a lot of their main is kids and whatnot, and they'll go and complain to their parents that they need this or that.
Yeah.
And that they need.
It's like I said though, they've gotten too money hungry.
And exactly.
There used to be another collapse of industry like they did with ET so long ago.
No kid will think otherwise because it is not his money; it is his parents' money, and so if the parents agree to it, then easily the game industry makes money. The kid gets what he wants, and apparently everybody's happy except for the parent who had just spent like $10 to get a stupid outfit for a game character.
Which the kid's only going to play until the next game comes out.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then it's just like he's either going to get bored with the game or take it back to GameStop, and he's not going to get reimbursed for that shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he just spent an extra $10 for, like, skins and characters, and then he takes the game back? Oh, well.
Yeah.
Really
it's not like you were renting it. You bought it, and you're stuck with it.
Exactly. You go for people, like, without jobs and whatever who scrap to make that money to buy the game and trying to enjoy it. Yeah, exactly. Like some of us in this room.
Exactly.
They don't we fully understand that we don't need this. This is stupid. If it's already on the disc, we should be able to use it. We don't have
even when we're not using it, the game is still pretty damn enjoyable, but it would be nice to have that stuff because it is on the disc and we already paid for the game. We should be able to have the stuff that's already there.
Exactly.
Now, I mean, if it's an external source that we have to download ourselves, like that was made for the game later, that's another story.
Exactly, like this Just for Dead Rising, like map packs or whatever. That's fine, but
DLC.
DLC is fine, but stuff that's already on the disc.
There's a difference between downloadable content and disc lock content.
Disc lock content
should not be there.
No, because we already bought the disc. The disc is now ours, so we should be allowed.
We should not be locked out of stuff that we paid for.
Yeah, because that's just not right. You paid for it. You paid a lot of money. You helped them out by buying their fucking game. If there's stuff on the disc, it should be totally fine that you're allowed to use it.
Exactly. And it was only like with this generation of gaming and stuff where it was hugely on online play because they can now do DLCs. That they are now doing this. Go back to before with PS2, Xbox, GameCube.
Further than that. They had Super Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah.
No,
there was because they had the ports and everything, and they had somewhat of online play. The Xbox and the PS2 could go online to an extent.
No, the point is that you could go online, and even back then with Halo 2, you could get map packs online. But the point is that they did not lock you out of anything that was on the disc.
Exactly.
The map packs were an extra disc you put in, and like anything exclusive, you had to buy a disc. Which means anything on that disc was yours.
Another thing that they had to do was for people that didn't have connections, they would release downloadable content discs.
Exactly. Halo had that and stuff where you could go and buy
the only backfire was GameStop would accept those back and resell them as used because people would just buy them used, take them home, download the stuff, and then take it back and say, look, it didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, personally, I find that fine because they're just reselling it, but the point...
Well, no, because if they take it back within 7 days, they get their cash back and they got the maps for free. which is understandable why they stopped doing it.
Yeah.
If they were to do it now, GameStop would have to be like, whoa, we're not taking this stuff back.
Yeah.
Well, then
Kind of like what they did with Wii Sports when Nintendo Wii first came out. They would not take Wii Sports in their store at all because they got it with the Wii anyway.
Yeah.
And it was probably and the company doing it would probably have to set up a thing with GameStop or any other company.
No, GameStop has to do it themselves. If it's any form of a downloadable content disc, they should not accept it back. But they still do that to this day. Fallout 3 is a prime example. You can go into the store and get a used copy of the map pack discs, and then just turn around, take them to a different GameStop, and be like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Yeah, but it was nice then that it still supported people who did not have online.
Yeah, but they're not making anything off of it if the person just comes back and returns it.
Well, that wasn't the point I was trying to make, but thank you.
It's all about business.
It's just
profit.
Over the years.
It just goes back to the whole game industry's being money hungry.
That's why we will go back and do that. We'll buy a used one, take it back. They didn't work for something like that because we're trying to save money because game industries are being so money hungry.
Yeah, well, it's just they found out that people will pay for their shit. So if they sit there, they crank up the price, or they make exclusive stuff. People are going to want to buy it. They're going to go to that store. They're going to go to that game. They're going to do all that. Pay the money. They still get paid. Everyone gets something, or sometimes get nothing. And either way, they come out on top.
But still, back to what I was saying. I mean, if it's on the disc, the whole disc slot content bullshit, we should be allowed to have that.
Mm-hmm.
If they made it later for just to expand upon their game and everything, then by all means, pay for it if you want to play it just to enjoy the game further.
Yeah.
But if it's already on the disc, don't charge us for it. We already paid for your game once. We shouldn't have to pay for it several times over.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have like a little branch. But something on the podcast list here kind of caught my eye. Crazy Dream Power Ranger.
Oh my God!
So I want to know what this is about right here.
Oh yeah, I had this epic dream when Pat texted me and everything. I got crazy kind of. I'm gonna just take a little nap. 1 hour nap led to me having some of you guys in my dream visiting my new place. That was a that Power Rangers transform mobile spot thing. That was my house.
It can walk wherever it wanted, or
I was in it. It transforms into a house. I was living in it. And it'll just I don't know why. That's what I thought.
It's on red.
Well,
you guys are something. You guys were just doing.
I'll be Red Ranger.
No, I'll be the Lone Ranger, usually green or white, black.
You do realize the Red Ranger is the one that became both green and white.
All right, hold on. Let me finish the story.
The first series.
Hey.
No, the green and white. No, the
Tommy,
green.
he was the green one, and then he became white.
No, he was a Green Ranger who became white.
That's what I just said.
Then what? You think the Red Ranger was the dude who became?
No. Yeah, he was. Tommy, the Red Ranger, became the Green Ranger and then the White Ranger.
No.
Yes.
No, the Red Ranger was always there.
Okay. Where Tommy came along, I can't believe I'm going to be saying this and everything. Tommy came along during a karate competition with the Red Ranger. Tommy kicked the Red Ranger's ass, and then later got possessed by the fucking weird chick witch person, and becomes the bad Green Ranger, playing his gay-ass flute. And later becomes a good guy, and later on in other Power Rangers becomes the white.
Well, he can be the used dude.
No, what was funny was I remember when they transformed him into a robotic White Ranger or whatever, he had a sword or whatever, and he'd throw it, it would fly. It was a flute. It would stand there in midair, and somehow use heat vision to do whatever the hell it had to do.
We're missing a Black Ranger.
That's what it would do.
It went later on.
So
no.
Silver Surfer Surfboard.
No, they always had a Black Ranger at the start.
Yeah. Oh, they always had a Black Ranger.
I said we're missing a Black Ranger.
No, he's called Black.
You know what? Fine, I'll
No.
be Black Ranger. No, I want to be Black Ranger.
Adrian's Black Ranger. You always have to have a black guy as a Black Ranger, just like you need to have an Asian.
No. In the first one,
in the first series,
guy.
the first series it was a black guy, just like there was an Asian as the Yellow Ranger.
No,
they were extremely racist.
I recall one where it was a black guy who was a Blue Ranger and a white guy who was a black.
That was not the first series.
That was one of the series.
That was early on.
But there was so many series.
The first series was incredibly racist.
Yeah, well,
the yellow one was the Asian chick was the Yellow Ranger.
And
the black guy was the Black Ranger. The blue All-American nerdy dude.
And of course, the white guy had to be the leader of them all.
The White Ranger.
Yeah, I thought the Red Ranger who.
became the white.
I remember the first guy that.
Yes, he did.
I'm
He said it. Look it up, damn it.
Would the Red Ranger be a redneck then?
No.
No, he had a white neck. They always had white necks, collar.
God damn it.
I thought.
No, you're fucking retarded.
I thought Power Rangers got kind of gay after a while. Where
Samurai.
Listen, no. All right, you know what? No. You know what?
Let's
move on from this.
Guys, no. When
weird.
the guy became a yellow Power Ranger is when it got gay.
Wait, was he the white guy or the black guy?
An Asian.
Really?
Yellow Ranger, Asian. Oh, what happened to your whole logic hole then?
What logical?
You said that it changed.
When they just got fucked.
You said it changed later.
Kids don't understand that. They don't give a shit.
Dude, all I saw was people jumping around. No, all I saw was people jumping around, pyrotechnics. That's all I remember.
Okay, read here.
Okay, hold on. Let's hear
all
it.
right. Jason Lee Scott, the original Red Power Ranger, and then it goes down to Thomas Oliver was the original Green Ranger and later the White Ranger. So the red was never green and white. It was a green and then just white.
So then Skylar was right.
No shit, I was
I
right.
just said that at the very beginning, okay?
It's been a while.
Pat on the back.
But the point is, you'd be the Red Ranger and I would be the Green and White girl, the White Ranger, okay?
You know what? I respect Voltron more than the Power Rangers.
So,
okay, yes.
Voltron is
classic.
The only one that I did not like from Voltron Force was Pitch.
I think we should have it at that.
My uncle.
We're at hour 15. At this point, I think we should
yeah,
call it that.
Okay, we're gonna call it, and we'll continue this next time. Probably not around here, but something else.
No, next time we probably won't even remember this.
No shit.
Probably not.
We're not going to continue on a conversation unless it gets bring up a lot.
Yeah.
But anyways, all right. Thanks for listening, and hope you enjoyed it.
All right, thanks guys.
Later.